Okay, so we are back with the videos after the Memorial Day holiday weekend there. It was a great Indy 500. That was fun. My first time ever going, so that was a blast, especially with, how the race ended and everything like that. That was crazy. Had a great time there. Hope that you guys had a good weekend as well. So let's go on and get into it with the slate here. So our top pitchers, we do have Mr. Ashcraft and Schlittler up top there. Jax, he hasn't gone a full 6 innings yet. He's only gone 5, but they have been stretching him out to be a starting pitcher. He does have the strikeout score. Relievers turn starters are usually guys that have increased strikeout stuff. That's relievers. They typically they do. That just kind of is how it goes. Like, I mean, Mason Miller is kind of an outlier for it, but you know, um, so he could be sneaky depending on where they've got him set. I don't know. I have not checked any of that stuff. Right now, it is strictly just data. That's all that this is here. If you're new, is just a data explorer. So I do rank the data sets based on what I look for personally. Like what I want them to do, or like what I want to see rather, I guess. It's all historic. So with this, let's go to the strikeout score. Top three: Jax, Strider, Burns. Then you've got Ashcraft and Schlittler. That makes sense. Then it kind of falls off here. I mean, you've got some guys that could potentially be sneaky, but I mean, these are kind of your main guys. So coming down here, Cavalli and Cantillo. Both of these guys have been sneaky on different days. So we'll see kind of how that goes. So top three in the matchup scoring is Mead, DeLauder, and Hoskins. For the people that can't watch and can only listen, those are how the top three matchups are going. It did cook in the yesterday's game, or I guess it's today's game since it's still the 25th. So that was kind of a palooza there. So versus Joey Cantillo, he does look to have a good amount of swing and strike. I mean, there's about three troublesome bats there. Curtis Mead looks solid here. He's got really, really good form. Jacob Young's looking good again. But, I mean, Jacob Young isn't really a guy that likes to go back-to-back. And it's Cantillo. Cantillo's been really good. Like, he's been... Oh, I didn't mean to search. He's been very, very good. So, also, why did that search with Bing? But, I mean, he does have one of the best forms on the team right now. So, and then you've always got Mr. Wood. So, KHR, I don't know if I attack Cantillo or not, but like if I had to choose, I'd go with those top three for the KHR, which it ranks Mead, Young, and then Wood. Matchup goes Mead, Wood, Young, Cruz, Nunez, Abrams. Cavalli has been good as of late as well. He does look to get some swing and miss on this mix. However, he does also look to get hit hard. So KHR is going to Manzardo. Manzardo does look really good. We did not have Manzardo on the sheets yesterday for one of the top targets. We did go 2 out of 3 on the Guardians with, well, I guess it was just that game with Wood and Hoskins, which Hoskins our number 2 guy on the rankings here. Rocchio's got good form, but he does not have a good mix. Maybe a hit or two. But I'm liking Manzardo. And I'm liking Hoskins again. So those would be my 2. Matchups going to Louder, Hoskins, Ramirez, Manzardo. KHR again is Manzardo, Hoskins, Ramirez. Zone fit goes like that. So I do really like Manzardo there. He looks good. Baz and Jax. So Victor Mesa, he did, like I said, I didn't have the early games, so some of these games I didn't have. I only put out sheets last night for the night games, and they did pretty good. This one here, top 3 matchups are going Alonso, Aranda, Mesa Jr. Mesa's got a very small sample, but Mesa does look really good. I'm not gonna lie. Aranda looks good again too, but Camanero's got better form and a really good zone fit as well. Baz might get rocked here. I mean, he's got quite a few bats that are under the 10% and ones that are right at 10% there. So, like, Cameron looks better than Aranda to me. KHR says the same thing. I mean, Aranda definitely does look good, but I'm going to go Caminero and Mesa for the back-to-back. Like, Aranda definitely can. And Randy, or not Randy, Yandy has good form, but I don't like the way that he looks on the mix on this. I also just don't have good luck with Yandy myself. you know. So I'm gonna stick with the Caminero and I'm gonna stick with the Mesa. And then, like I said, I could see, him number 3 guy. So KHR ranks Caminero, Mesa, Aranda, Diaz, Mullins, Fiducia, which Mullins is kind of a long shot guy. That makes sense for the rankings there. Matchup: Aranda, Mesa, Caminero, Diaz, Mullins. Again, I like Caminero personally. He's got really good form, and he's got a solid mix there. It's also just Caminero. Like, the dude can hit the ball hard a lot. KHR is going to Alonso by a wide margin. He really does look really good. Gunner's heating up as well, but definitely does like Alonso in the matchup. Taylor Ward is looking, I mean, he's their number 2 on the KHR. Yeah, I'm really not liking a whole lot else. So, ranking is Alonso, Ward, Rutschman. That's probably the order that I would go to. Then it goes Basallo, Henderson, O'Neill. Matchup: Alonso, Ward, Rutschman, Henderson, Basallo, Cowser, O'Neill. Zone fit: Basallo, Alonso, Henderson, O'Neill. Rutschman's down quite a bit, but he's got really good form. Coming down here to the next one. So we've got some pitchers here. There's Trout, McGonigal, and Shawnuel. Those are the top 3 in the matchup scoring. Shawnuel's got really, really good form right now. Neto's also got really good form. Neto, Shawnuel, and Peraza are the top 3 form guys, but KHR is going Trout, Neto, Shawnuel. So I like Neto here in that spot. I mean, Shawnuel seems to be the long shot guy, and then I guess Trout's going to be, my other guy. Model or matchup: Trout, Shawnuel, Soler, Adele, Neto. I mean, is there anybody else? The one that I'm kind of watching though is Logan O'Hoppe. He hasn't really done anything since returning. I want to see him do something, beforehand. But that is somebody that I'm kind of monitoring, if you will. I am going to stick with Neto and Trout for my 2 guys with the Shawnuel shout. Which Shonwell has been getting more slugging the ball too since last year. So he's starting to turn pretty good player. Workman's got a little bit too high swing and strike for me. I mean, it is cock and wits, so like there's potential, but I mean, he gets the KHR over McGonigal. His hard hit is a little bit rough. McGonigal's form's bad. I really don't think the Tigers do that great in this spot right here. Like, I mean, I don't see much. Like, Torkelson's form's trash. His zone fit's trash. He does have a really good hard hit. McGonigal's form's not all that great. He's going to get bat to ball. I mean, he can definitely get it in the air, and he can definitely hit it hard. So that's a good thing about McGonigal. But he's just really unlucky. He has not really hit a lot of, gotten it over the wall a lot. Like, it's just not been there. Workman, I mean, with Jack, he should be able to make contact, I would hope. But that's a really, really high swing and strike. And I do have Jack in one of my leagues. I don't have him in a lot of leagues. I only have him in one. But we've covered it before if you've followed, for a while or gone back and watched some of the previous videos. He's done a lot of off-season work. Him and Carmen Montinsky, which he didn't have a great start today. So maybe, Jack doesn't have a good start tomorrow too. But I mean, I'm not liking what I see here from these guys on the Tigers here. Like Workman, Riley Green, or McGonigal. Those are looking like the three guys. And I'd probably lean towards Workman. But, I mean, they're in Detroit too. I don't know, man. Seems fishy. Coming over here to the next game. Cubs and Pirates. Kevin Alcantara is up. That's interesting. Anyways, so top three. Or let's go back here real quick. So I want to check something. Montero. Yeah, no. Okay. Ashcraft and Wicks. Jordan Wicks is pretty good. Is it? I think it's his debut. He's a really, really good player. Let me go here. So Jordan Wicks. Yeah, I was gonna say he's a really good pitching prospect for the Cubs, but it does not look like he's been having a good year down in AAA. I mean, he's been highly regarded, but does not look like he gets a lot of strikeouts. His KDBB is not great. Like, it's really not. Swing and strike percentage is solid, though, so maybe that translates, but, I mean, man, that's a tough one. He's given up hard hits, K percentage low. I don't know. So coming on to this game here, we've got the Cubs. Ashcraft has been really good. Does not look like he gets a lot of swing and strike against the Cubs here. Cubs form though they've been on a big losing streak. So when does that end? Nobody knows. I hope it doesn't ever end. I hope they just keep losing, But then that would make, I really don't worry about the Pirates personally. So KHR goes to Bush, then Suzuki, then Pedro Ramirez. So, yeah. Those are going to be my 3. Because why not? I mean, could Swanson go? He could, but Swanson doesn't make the cut for me. KHR, like I said, Bush, Suzuki, Ramirez, Happ, Bregman, PCA, Swanson. Matchup, Bush, Happ, Suzuki, Bregman, Conforto, Pedro Ramirez. Zone fit, PCA, Happ, Bush, Amaya, Swanson. And again, I'm just doing top 3 KHR guys. Bush, Suzuki, Ramirez. But with me being a Cardinals fan, I'm not going to do anything with the Cubs. If you guys want to, you can. It's your decision. It's not mine. Henry Davis looks good again here. He's been doing pretty solid lately, and he looks pretty good on this mix here. It is Jordan Wicks. I'm not liking the form on a lot of these guys. Lowe or Ozuna, Horwitz or Davis. I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing. I feel like I would gravitate towards both Horwitz and Lowe, personally. Might be weird, especially with Horwitz being one of them. But I do like the swing and strike on it. Getting a better ex-Woba than Davis. Better form than Davis. Better zone fit than Davis. So I do like that. And then Lowe, I like the experience over the non-experience. You know what I mean? Like Ozuna technically has that experience too. Don't get me wrong. But then I'm looking at the form where Ozuna looks to be trending down and Lowe seems to be trending up. The swing and strike does concern me with Lowe. Don't get me wrong. That does concern me. But if I had to say 2, I guess those would be my 2. KHR doesn't necessarily agree. It's putting Davis and then Ozuna, then Horwitz, then Lowe. So there's that. Matchup goes Ozuna, Davis, Triolo, Horwitz, Reynolds. Lowe is towards the bottom on the matchup itself. So zone fit goes Ozuna, Triolo, Horwitz, Davis, Mangum. Maybe Ozuna's bottoming out there. I guess he'll be the shout-out guy. That's a hard read. Not gonna lie to you guys. That's a tough one. They look to be in good spots. I'm gonna stick with Horwitz. I'm gonna stick with Lowe. I'm gonna stick with my gut on that. Suarez and Strider. This could be a low key kind of duel here. Strider he's been really good as of late. If he starts walking people, that could be an issue. But I do like Strider in this spot here. He does. I think he was our second strikeout score guy. So matchup wise though, is going Abreu, Riley, and Yoshida. Rangers Suarez starting for the Red Sox. Braves really don't look all that great against him. Ranger might have a decent start here. Austin Riley really looks to be the guy. Like, that's KHR. Yaz is second. Olsen's 3. Acuna 4. But, like, not Yaz. Riley looks to be the guy. Zone fit does go to Yaz, but Yaz is trending down. Olsen is starting to trend up, and he does have a good zone fit. So, Riley and Olsen would be the 2 that I would say. And I guess I'll shout out Yaz. I don't really like anything else down here. I mean, the only other one that potentially would be Jorge Mateo down here that catches my eye. That's the only other one down here that does, but not probably somebody that I would think. Matchup: Riley, Kim, Acuna, Olson, Yaz. I mean, Mateo though. See, it's the swing and strike that really keeps me away from him. Because like the other guys that were kind of the long shot guys in the pitcher duels, they had low swing and strikes, right? So I don't really see a guy like that. Kim? No, probably not. I'm gonna stick with my Riley and Olson. So keep that. Spencer Strider. KHR goes Willier. Willier, Yoshida, Gasper, Duran, Sogard, Monasterio, IKF, Wilson. Wilson does look solid, form solid. Yoshida's been smacking the ball, I ain't gonna lie, and he's got a good swing and strike. He's been playing for position, so I mean, those would be like the three that I would look towards would be Abreu, Yoshida, and Contreras. And I mean, Abreu, Yoshida would be the two that I would really kind of look for. Matchup goes Abreu, Yoshida, Gasper, Duran, or I'm sorry, not Duran, Durbin, Monasterio, IKF, Wilson, KHR, Abreu, Yoshida, Gasper, Duran, Sogard, Monasterio, Zone Fit, Wilson, Sedane, Rafaela, Willier, Durbin, IKF, Duran, Yoshida. So let's go to the next game. Doesn't look like the Blue Jays have a pitcher, so we've got Alcantara that is out there. So that means Hendrick gets in the matchup scoring column from the Jays. Hendrick does have our good scoring. Sandy looks good here, but Sandy's also been a target, not gonna lie. Okamoto's got really, really bad form, really, really good mix, really, really high swinging strike. I don't like the mix, or I'm sorry, I don't like the swinging strike with bad form, with the bad zone fit. That does not bode well for me. Vlad's been just hitting it into the ground. So, I mean, Sanchez looks doable. I don't like Varsho's form, but his mix looks doable. Sanchez is at least trending in the right direction, has a better zone fit. So I do like, I mean, somewhat Sanchez, but like Hendrick looks to be kind of the guy. He's got one of the best forms. Like Heineman has good form, but he has a really, really, really bad mix. Springer, maybe it's Springer. Springer's got good form. Springer's got a solid mix. So KHR goes Hendrick, Vlad, Springer, Lukes, Valenzuela, Sanchez. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Springer and Hendrick as my two. Now that I kind of see Springer up there, I do like Springer a little bit more than Sanchez. I want to see a little bit more from Sanchez first. So I'm gonna stick with the Springer and the Hendrick. So again, KHR, Hendrick, Vlad, Springer, Lukes, Brandon Valenzuela, Sanchez, Okamoto, Sosa, Straw. Matchup: Hendrick, Vlad, Okamoto, Straw, Varsho, Springer, Luke, Sosa, Sanchez. Next game, since there's no pitcher for the Jays. Does not look like the Mets have a pitcher either. So, Ewing and Soto are the two matchups for the game. Chase Burns is one of our strikeout guys. Granted, does not look like he's got some swing and strike there. So there's some other stuff that is driving Chase Burns' strikeouts on his strikeout score there. So I'm not gonna, kind of reveal what's under the hood as far as what drives that. But there is a lot of swing and strike in there. So I will say that. But let's see here. So form has really been an indicator. Soto's been heating up. Looks like Tyrone Taylor's been heating up. Yeah, Ewing is starting to stabilize with a bigger sample. We're starting to get a bigger sample. You can kind of tell. He's not getting extra base hits. He's hitting it hard. That's the thing. Like, he's hitting it hard and he's hitting it in the air. He's just not getting extra base hits. But I would expect this stuff to kind of start falling as well, like with the bigger sample. His form's not been great. That's not, I wouldn't really chase him. I like the Tyrone Taylor kind of shout here. Obviously there is Soto. Like, Soto's obviously Soto. I don't have to tell you guys about Soto. But I like the way that Tyrone Taylor's kind of trending. His mix doesn't look bad. I want to see a little bit more from Melendez before going back to that well for myself. But I mean, that's kind of what I'm drawn to. Yeah. I mean, Melendez looks like a better option than Vientos, but I don't think I would really go to either one of them. I like the Tyrone Taylor and the Soto. So KHR goes Soto, Ewing, Beatty, Binge, Bichette, Vientos, Taylor, Melendez. Those three are kind of like pocket guys, but I do like the Tyrone Taylor because of the form and the trend that he's going. That's kind of he does have the zone fit out of the three. Matchup goes Ewing, Soto, Melendez, Beatty, Binge, Vientos, Simeon, Bichette. Zone fit is going Nick Morabito, Tyrone Taylor, Beatty, Soto, Binge, Vientos, Torrance, AJ, Melendez. Next game. It is Chase Burns, so keep that in mind. Joe Ryan and Sean Burke. Joe Ryan's been really, really good as of his last couple games. Like, really, really good. He's gotten, I think he got 9 strikeouts his last game. I think he got 8 or 9 as the game before that, too. Like, the guy's been on a tear. So, top matchups overall, Keishel, Buxton, and Antonacci. Coming down here. Again, the matchups, for anybody that's new, those top 3 matchups that we've been doing through the video, that does not include their recent form. That is strictly just historical matchup data only. The KHR is the one that also includes their form. So, we've got the Twins. Burke is probably the guy that I would target, but like the Sox have been really good. Did a collab with trying to do strikeouts against the Sox, and it did not go the best. It ended up hooking at 6, like 2 away. We were close. Props ended up soaring over, so that was Libertor. I was looking at Libby, but I'm a huge Cardinals fan. I didn't want my bias getting in the way there, but he was the one that gave me that. So, shout out to him for that read. That read was a phenomenal read. Career high for Libby on that. So, shout out to Prop on that. But my leg did fall, too short with Zebby against the White Sox there. But, man, I'm not liking these Twins here on the bats. Like, Buxton and Clemens look to be your best options, and I guess a Victor Caratini long shot, like KHR goes Buxton, Clemens, Keishel, Caratini, Bell, Lornock, Outman. Matchup goes Keishel, Buxton, Clemens, Bell, Lornock, Outman, Caratini, Brooks Lee. Again, best options look to be either Buxton or Clemens on the mix. Keishel does have a zone fit. Keishel does have a good sweet spot. Keishel does have a good swing and strike. He's not a home run guy. He's like Antonacci. He's like McGonigal. Just not a lot of home run, He's more of a doubles, a bases, a hits kind of guy like that. And he's also a guy that can be pinch hit for, He's younger. I don't think he's a rookie anymore, but he is younger and can definitely be pinch hit for later on in the game. So keep that in mind too. On here, the form wise, I mean, they're all kind of trending down, and they really don't look great against this. Joe Ryan probably does have a good day tomorrow. KHR is going to Vargas, and then Antonacci. I mean, Vargas and Murakami kind of look like the best guys. Like, it's the White Sox. Like, it's, kind of broken record. Now, one thing, if we go by form, I really don't think it's going to be this way, but Derek Hill does have the best form on the team right now for the White Sox. But I'm going to stick with, I guess, my two. I don't think I would target Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's a guy that I would probably, he's got a few guys that would be troublesome, but he's got some really big pockets that he can, kind of go towards, or I guess go into there. Pockets of batters, that is. So if I had to choose here, it would probably be Vargas and then Murakami. Just sticking with those two. I feel like I could give a shout to Tristan Peters, but maybe the shout should go to Derek Hill instead. I really don't like either of them on the mix. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I mean, Peters looks a little bit better than Hill on the mix, but Hill has the better zone or the better form. So flip a coin between those two for the long shot. But like I said, I don't think Joe Ryan gets hit around here. I think he has a solid day there. Maybe, a few doubles or something here in the gap and a few runs scored or something. But a quality start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less, that seems very doable for Ryan tomorrow. In here, Vinny Pasquantino. So our next game is Kansas City and the Yankees. Vinny P, Jack Kaggs, Paul Goldschmidt are our top 3 matchups. Hitters, so Bailey Falter and Cam Schlegler. Falter is one that we should be able to target. Some pitchers do perform really well against the Yankees for some odd reason. I want to make sure Bailey Falter's not one of them. And usually, I was going to say, usually I don't care about, like, historic, how they've done before. But, I don't know, man. The Yankees are just a weird team. Sometimes pitchers can shut them down that really should not shut them down. But I do think they have a good game here. Rice's matchup doesn't look all that great, but it is Ben Rice, and he does look like to be one of the better options there. A lot of the Yankees don't look good here. I'm not going to lie. It looks like Goldschmidt, Rice, and Judge are like the guys. And Falter, I believe, is a lefty, so they're probably going to lead off Goldie. Yeah, Goldie's form's not great, but he's got a good zone fit. It's a lefty. They're probably going to lead him off and maximize his at-bats. Goldie versus a lefty is pretty standard. So is Rice. I guess if you guys want a long shot on this game, Anthony Volpe for the long shot. They're in Kansas City. They're gonna have to, smack it because Kansas City's not really a homer's place. If you guys know your parks, which I do recommend looking into that. Parks are a big factor. I mean, Devers hit a freaking triple. Someone told me that, and I was like, what? So yeah, keep that in mind. Park factors are big. Salvi looks really good here. Good zone fit, good form, good KHR, good mix, good sweet spot, good fly ball, decent hard hit. Gags looks good too. But, I mean, Schleitler's been like Cy Young level. Swing and miss. I remember there was one time a while back on one of the Schleitler starts that I was like, man, it does not look like the swing and strike's going to be on his side. And then the dude put up like 9 strikeouts. So that's just how Cam Schleitler is. He's a dog. I'm not gonna front about that. If I had to pick somebody here, I mean, probably Salvi. I say probably, but that would be the guy that I'd probably pick. I mean, his form's the best. Everybody else's form's kind of junk, and I mean, he looks good on the mix. Bobby's Bobby. He can always get one, but I do gravitate towards Salvi in this situation here. Can Vinny get one? Yeah, Vinny can always get one, but again, I gravitate towards Salvi there. KHR goes Vinny, Cags, Witt, Salvi, Massey, Carter, Jensen. Matchup: Vinny, Cags, Bobby, Carter, Massey, Perez. Carter hasn't done anything. He's been kind of dropping like a fly on his stuff. So, keep that in mind. Salvi's the guy that kind of looks to be like, the guy, but overall, Vinny gets the KHR, and then Cags, and then Bobby below him, and then Salvi. So, however you guys see fit, like I said, I gravitate towards Salvi, but next game, it's Cam Schleitler, man. That's not really a guy that I think there's, easier paths than trying to attack Cam Schleitler. This is a low-key, probably pitcher's duel here. Harrison and McGreevy. I put out a tweet yesterday saying that we were going to bring Belt to Mizorowski. I tagged the Brewers in that tweet. That's the Cardinals fan with inside of me. Anyways, getting into this game, Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison has been really, really, really good. I've liked Kyle Harrison before he was on the Brewers, even more now that he's on the Brewers. The Brewers always have a good track record of unlocking the potential within a pitcher, especially ones that they get like by trade or like a free agent acquisition. Their pitching development is very, very, very good. They can just like Logan Henderson is an example. I mean, that's more of a homegrown example for them, I believe. I think they drafted him. I could be wrong on that. They might have gotten him in a trade. But either way, the guy's like really, really good, and we have to face him tomorrow or the next day after this game. So the Brewers, their pitching is just crazy how their track record on that. Harrison, I think he's had 2 games of 12 strikeouts or more. So we'll see how we hit him. I do think we hit lefties hard. Herrera specifically hits lefties hard. Hopefully he can, grab one for us. He is our top matchup in the game. Then it's Jake Bowers, and then it's Weatherholt. So looking at my Cardinals against Harrison, Torres is much more of a contact guy. He did end up getting one in his debut. That was amazing, but he's much more of a contact guy. Gorman really has not done anything for us. I love Gorman to death, but they are probably going to shop him in trade packages at the deadline, I would assume. Wind's been cold. Scott, I have a lot of issues with Scott. If Scott goes, that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not. I wouldn't even touch that as a Cardinals fan. So JC's down in the minors now. Paez has been heating up, and he's been throwing out runners. But I mean, Herrera looks the best to me for sure. Like the clear cut best. JJ looks really really good too. I'm like, and then there's Walker. I mean, those would be your three. Walker's been our best hitter on the team. So Herrera and Walker are going to be my two, and then JJ would be the third. If I had to do a long shot guy, it would be Pedro Paez. So that would be my long shot guy. KHR goes Herrera, Weatherholt, Walker, Burleson, Torres, Gorman, Win. Matchup: Herrera, Weatherholt, Fermin, Win, Torres, Walker. Zone fit: Pozo, Burleson, Gorman, Scott, Fermin. Pozo does not look really good on the mix. Like he does not at all. McGreevy's been really good. He gets some solid swing and strike. He could be a little sneaky tomorrow, but it is the Brewers. The Brewers don't strike out a whole lot except for when they face Liberatore and he drops 10 on their head. So just don't look at his earned runs. Just look at his strikeouts because that fits my narrative. So look at his strikeouts against the Brewers, not the earned runs. Hopefully McGreevy can limit damage a little bit better and still put up some good swing and miss there. It does look like he's got about 1, 2, 3, 4 troublesome batters there. As far as bat to ball, not necessarily doing a lot of damage, but maybe a single or a double or something like that here or there. I mean, yeah. So looking at the data, Cherio looks to be kind of the guy that scares me. Just right off the bat. I mean, Bowers is there, but his form's not great. Churio's got good form, and Churio's always been a Cardinals killer. He debuted against us and just put us to shame, man. He went crazy that series. William Contreras, he looks good, solid. I mean, his form's getting better. And Yelich. I feel like those are going to be my three. I feel like I'm going to fade Bowers because of the form. And then I'm going to go, I would say, Churio and Yelich with a shout to Contreras against McGreevy here. KHR is going Bowers, Frelick, Yelich, Churio, Terang, Sanchez, Mitchell. Matchup: Bowers, Sanchez, Vaughn, Terang, Frelick, Yelich, Mitchell, Churio. Zone fit: Frelick, Rengifo, Perkins, Hamilton, Bowers, Yelich, Churio. Again, I think Churio, Yelich, and Contreras look to be kind of the best options to me for what I would potentially do. If you guys see something else, there are a few other good looks. Like I said, I am fading Bowers due to the form. Is that a good option? We'll find out tomorrow. That's how it goes. So, next game here, we're going to go Astros and Rangers. Jason Alexander and Jack Leiter. I feel like these guys could be targetable. Leiter's been having a really good year, but the Astros have also been kind of heating up as of late, I feel like. Let me double check just to make sure that I'm, saying the right thing. Because I think they lost today. No, they won by 9. Yeah. They've won their last 4 games. So they've been doing really good. Maybe, Leiter leader shuts them down. Top 3 matchups are Alvarez, Paredes, and Peterson. I'm sorry, Alvarez, Peterson, Paredes. In that order is the top 3 matchups of the game. Their forms are declining. Jordan, he did just go today, so he looks to be bottoming out. Potential back-to-back opportunity. Christian Walker has been playing out of his mind, so that's always seems to be a good option on on there for him. And Jake Myers does not look terrible. I was thinking that he was Walker there for a minute, but no, Paredes looks good too, though. I'm not going to lie. KHR, Alvarez, Walker, Paredes, and then it goes to Zenzo, Myers, Matchup: Alvarez, Paredes, Walker, Zenzo. I do really like Paredes here. I like that swing and strike. He's getting good hard hit and a good fly ball. Like Jordan is Jordan. Obviously, you guys know about that. So I do like Paredes here, and Christian Walker's form is just too good to ignore. So, at least to me. So those would be my three here on this, which lighter can get lit up. You never know. DeZenzo's got good form. It's heating up as well. DeZenzo does not look as great against the mix, though, so keep that in mind. Cole's form's declining, and swing and strike, I'm going to stay away from him. I'm going to stick with the top three on the KHR, Alvarez, Paredes, or I'm sorry, the top three matchups, Alvarez, Paredes, Walker. And I'm going to keep it that order as well. Maybe Christian Walker makes me regret that tomorrow. We'll see. Texas versus Alexander. I feel like this game could be fun. They're in Texas as well, so they should be indoors. Weather shouldn't be a problem for everybody that likes to look at weather. I never look at weather myself. I don't, I might get burned by some winds here or there, but overall, I don't be looking at it. It is what it is. It either goes over or it doesn't. And there was one time specifically with Schwarber, I remember, where the wind brought it in Wrigley. So, but it's Wrigley, and you kind of know that going into Wrigley that it can be windy. Like, that's a Wrigley in the Windy City, So, Jock's form doesn't look all that great. Osuna being the top guy is very weird. He's got really good form and a really good zone fit. I guess that's the long shot guy. Nimmo looks to be a good option. He's heating up. But realistically, I mean, Jake Berger's probably like your chalk. I know you can't see me doing the air quotes, but I was doing the air quotes right there. So that's probably like your chalk guy. But like Nimmo is probably a guy that I would lean towards, and then Osuna as like a long shot Chandler Simpson type of long shot kind of guy. I mean, he's getting like no extra base hits on the mix, but he's hitting it well, and he's getting good bat to ball, and he's got good form and a good zone fit. So there's potential. Probably better for a double, if I'm being real. Just how it is. Maybe 2 bases or something. Zone fit, Osuna, Peterson, Nimmo, Haggerty, Carter, Hellman. Matchup, Peterson, Nimmo, Jansen, Carter, Osuna, Higgy, McCutcheon. So, again, Nimmo, well, I guess Berger, Nimmo, Osuna would be the 3 for me. That rhymed. That was kind of a bar. Next game here, we're getting kind of close to the end. We've got the... Oh, hang on. I do want to look at lighter on the swing and miss because we've already established that McGreevy could be sneaky. We've already established about Schlittler kind of defying the data the last start. Does he do it again with Kansas City? We don't know. So lighter leader, he's got about 1, 2, 3, 4 troublesome batters, maybe 5-ish. So that's about what Sheehan was in tonight with the Rockies, for reference. Sheehan had about 4, maybe 5 troublesome, and it looks similar to kind of lighter for like a reference. You know what I mean, for what to look at, or for what I look at in comparison. Jason Adam, pretty much the same boat. He's got about 5 or 6, so he's a little bit lesser. You know what I mean? It should be lighter, kind of getting more in this game. I would guess. My dog is wanting in. We almost got through it. I'll be right back. I gotta let him in. I got you, buddy. Okay, so now we've got Mariners and the Athletics. Severino and Hancock. This could be a low-key pitcher's duel. Severino did get a good amount of strikeouts last time. The thing is, Severino cannot pitch in his home stadium, which they will be in. So maybe it is the Mariners. That could be a potential. Top matchups in the game go to Kurtz, Cortez, and then Emerson. Emerson does have a super small sample, does have a very thin labeling because of the small sample sizing. Cortez with the best form on those three. And getting down here to the Mariners and Severino starting for the A's. How long have we been doing this? 50 minutes. This one might be a little bit longer for you guys for the return here. So, we've got, KHR is going Emerson, Wisdom, Naylor, Rodriguez, Garver. Rodriguez has good form. I mean, Wisdom looks good. Emerson looks good too. And Severino is probably a good person for an Emerson target. That's probably who my shout out's going to be. I feel like I do like Josh Naylor over Julio. But I think those are going to be my three is Julio. Or Emerson, Naylor, Julio. Or would be my three there, I think. And with Severino, like I said, he cannot pitch at his home stadium. Maybe it's different tomorrow, but if history repeats itself, that's how it's going to go. Zone fit goes Naylor, Emerson, and Canzone. Then Crawford, Young, Arezarena, Rayleigh. Matchup, Emerson, Wisdom, Canzone, Crawford, Young. The thing with Wisdom is he hits it hard and he hits it in the air almost every time. But it's just, does he hit the ball? That's the question. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of Patrick Wisdom. He was a Cub for a while. I've got a little bit of a hatred towards him, I guess you could say. So, A's versus Hancock. Cortez, Kurtz, McNeil, Soderstrom, Hernandez, Heim, Butler, Rooker, Geloff. That's the order of the KHR. So, Cortez does look really good. Well, not really good, but he looks solid. I mean, Kurtz on the mix itself looks to be the best option, cleared away. Rooker looks good, but his form's not great. Same with Langoliers. Langoliers' form is garbage right now. He's got to show me something. So I like Cortez. Kurtz is kind of on the decline. So's Soderstrom. I mean, there's a lot of the A's that are kind of on the decline. No, Soderstrom's on. Yeah, Soderstrom's on the decline. I was getting him and Hernandez mixed up. I mean, Hernandez does not look great on the mix, but he does have good form. So, like, Carlos Cortez looks to be kind of the guy, and then I guess Zach Geloff would be, because there's nobody else that really kind of stands out. So those two would be kind of my two guys, and I guess I can shout out Kurtz because it's Nick Kurtz, but, like, I feel like I want to fade Nick Kurtz in this. I know he looks like video game numbers, but I feel like I want to fade him here. So, I've already told you the KHR. Matchup goes Kurtz, Cortez, Soderstrom, Langoliers, McNeil, Rooker. Zone fit, Heim, Cortez, Thomas, Hernandez, McNeil, Butler, Soderstrom, Kurtz, Geloff. Sorry. Next game, we've got Phillies and San Diego. Vasquez and Nola. Nola, I've mentioned in previous videos about even year Nola. He has not lived up to that. He's been garbage. He's been able to be targetable, very targetable. We've got three Padres up here that are, this seems to be like a Padres game here, just right off the bat. Three Padres in the top matchups there. It's Randy Vasquez on the mound. We've spoken about him before. He's got increased velocity. He's been very, very good. I do have him in one of my leagues. His swing and strike does look to be like he could be a sneaky contender. There's about 4 guys that he's got trouble with, and he could potentially get him as well, as one. So he's a little sneaky for it. It is Philly, though, so like Harper and, Schwarber can definitely get their flyouts to not, they can work in that bat to make him tough. So like 5 or 6 maybe. I don't know if I go more than that on him with Philly. I mean, there's potential that he could do, but like there's about 4 troublesome batters. Harper looks to be like a damaged bat with his form. Same thing with Schwarber on the mix there. Marsh just went. I don't think I would Really trust him for a back-to-back. Realmuto, been trying to catch him. Have not had any luck. Gonna fade. Looks like pick your poison with Harper or Schwarber on this. Is what I'm saying. But I like Randy Vasquez. I'm a Randy Vasquez fan. KHR goes, and that's just because I have him in fantasy, and that's in one of the big leagues, the $100 entry league. 63, 55, 50. I don't know why I'm naming the numbers. I need to name the names. That's my bad, guys. Schwarber, Stott, Bohm, Harper, Realmuto, Marchand, Marsh, Stubbs, Kemp. That's how the KHR goes. Matchup is going to be Schwarber, Stott, Marsh, Bohm, Realmuto, Harper, Crawford. Coming down here, Aaron Nola and the Padres. I mean, they're looking like they're in a good spot. Gavin Sheets, he's been good to us. I like that. I like going to that well. So Gavin Sheets is going to be one of my guys. I also like Loreno in his form. He's got a solid form. And then, I mean, Merrill's got good form too. So I'm going to go Sheets and Merrill for my top two guys with a shout out to Loreno. Yeah. KHR is going Sheets, Merrill, Duran, Machado, Loreno, France, Bogarts, and Duhart. Matchup, Sheets, Duran, Merrill, Machado, Loreno, Bogarts, France, Tatis. Yeah. Okay. So next game, we are getting towards the end. We've got Erod and Maley. Both of these guys are on the top 10 pitchers. These are both sneaky pitcher guys. Erod, before this year, has been a lot of strikeouts and a lot of home runs. This year, he's really kind of, I don't know what he's done to change it. I haven't really dissected him like that, but he's been really good this year. He's been really effective. It all started kind of with the World Baseball Classic. You know, he had a great run there, and then he's really continued it into the year. Whether or not he keeps that going all year, you know, that's a different question. But yeah, so these guys' top three matchups for this game is going Marte, Carroll, and Soto. Marte has been super, super hot. Carroll has kind of sold tremendously as a salesman, you know. KHR goes Cattell. I guess I got to take Cattell over Carroll. Arenado's form. I love Arenado. I do. Cardinal legend. But, like, I don't think this game's going to see a lot of action. They're in San Francisco. The park factor is just not a great park for it. So it would have to be somebody that can hit it hard. I mean, Cattell, Tommy Troy. I'll give Tommy Troy a shout. Tommy Troy's good. So Cattell and Tommy Troy are going to be my two there. Like, Carroll looks good. His form's declining. There's a few other solid looks. You know, if you guys see something that I'm not, but KHR is going Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Arenado, Moreno, Tawa, Del Castillo. Matchup, Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, Moreno, Arenado, Del Castillo. Zone fit, Vargas, Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, Arenado, Moreno, Tawa. Coming down here to the Giants, we've got Erod. Soto does look pretty good. Looks like he can hit it hard. Chapman's form's been increasing. Chapman gets the KHR. Matt Chapman. I tried the other day for Matt Chapman. Didn't get nothing out of him. I want to run that one back. Soto for the long shot. I don't know, man. Either Soto or Bader for the long shot. Like, I could see Bader. Bader's been having a really good year. And, I mean, Casey Schmidt. Giants look to be in a solid spot here against Erod. They do have some swing and miss concerns. There's one. 2, 3, 4-ish bat to ball guys that look to be some trouble. But they've got a lot of barrel on the team. So if they're making contact, if they're getting bat to ball, and they are heating up. So they've got, 3 guys that are trending in the right direction, which is Chapman, Adames, Schmidt. Bader is still hot, but he's starting to trend down. And then Barasoto's kind of your rookie long shot kind of guy. And again, they're in San Francisco, so like bases is definitely probably the better option for any of these guys because they've got to be boppers. Like they've got to smack the ball to get it out of San Francisco. Devers hit a triple yesterday. You know what I mean? So there are some good looks here. This game's a hard read with these pitchers. I do like Chapman. And that rookie, man. Those are the 2 that I'm going to say. And then there's a few other guys right in here in this pocket here that, I might be missing, So if you don't want to fade me and, do that, that's up to you guys. You're the ones making the decisions, not me. So there is that. We're going to get into the last game here. We've got Kyle Freeland and Eric Lauer. This game, this could be a day that ends on fireworks for Dinger Tuesday. Are we going to get that lucky? Is that going to be nice for us? Are we going to get fireworks? Because, there's a lot of people that look good here, and these pitchers are not necessarily great. Tovar, he did just go. I've been trying to catch Tovar, and he went on the day that I did not do videos. So that's fun. Goodman sold me. I had him paired with Sheehan. So I feel like I got to run him back. I like Tovar here again. I mean, there's a lot of Rockies. Fulford looks to be kind of the shout-out guy for me. I think those are my 3. Brett Sullivan down here. I don't like his barrel, but he's getting good results on the mix, and he's got a solid. I mean, hard hits really 1 and 3, fly ball 1 and 5. So not the best option. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Goodman, Tovar, Fulford as the 3 there. Fulford is really interesting there with the way that he's 60% hard hit, 40% fly ball. That's best on team in both categories. So yeah, it depends on, do you want long shot, do you want chalk, do you want kind of mid range guy? That's kind of your decision to make. But I think those are kind of the 3 guys in the best spots there. Teoscar looks really good here. And Pajes has been smacking the ball. Form-wise, Tucker's kind of complacent. Betts is trending down. Betts technically gets the KHR. I feel like I want to fade Betts. I mean, I'd be fading the entire KHR for this game for Freeland. Because KHR is going Betts, Ohtani, Smith, Tucker, Kike Hernandez. You know what, man? If Kike is starting, give me Kike. Kike Hernandez with Fulford and Chapman, that would go insane. I might have to do that. Can we end this video on a craziness thing? Let me see. I don't even know what their odds are. We will find out, but I'm writing this down. And I don't write down a lot. We haven't really had luck with the ones that I've written down in the videos, except for the Cardinal stack. That was a good one. But we'll see. So Fulford, Chapman, and then who is the other guy? Kike. Okay. So yeah, Kike Hernandez, I like that. Muncie's form is garbage. Teoscar looks really, really, really good on the mix. So look, Kike and Teoscar, both the Hernandezes. I like both of them. And then I guess the shout out guy is Andy Pajes. Because he's got good form, he's got a good zone fit. KHR's going, like I said, Betts, Ohtani, Smith, Tucker, Hernandez. Kike Hernandez, Call, Alex Call, Miguel Rojas, Max Muncy, Andy Pages, Freddie Freeman, Oscar Hernandez. That's how that's going. Matchup: Betts, Smith, Muncy, Otani, Tucker, Rojas, Call, Kike, Freddie, Teoscar. Zone fit: Pages, Betts, Kike, Teoscar. So it's kind of leaning into the zone fit here on these guys, and their mix really kind of looks decent here. So those are going to be my guys, is the Hernandezes, and then shout out to Pages. If you want to fade me, you can. That's up to you guys. You guys can go strictly off the data. I do kind of throw my opinion in here. I'm hoping that we can get fireworks in the night tomorrow for Dinger Tuesday, and we'll see. The night games have kind of been routinely garbage, so it would be a good change of pace if it is. But maybe Freeland and Lauer have a good night. I mean, Lauer looks to get some good swing and strike. It looks like he's got only two, maybe three troublesome bats as far as bat to ball guys. They do hit him hard overall. I mean, they really don't hit him that hard either, man. And they just got Lauer from the Jays. He might have I don't know. I'll be interested to see how that start goes. Freeland, notoriously gets rocked. So, and it's the Dodgers on Dinger Tuesday. Is that a good sign? Is that not a good sign? We'll find out tomorrow. So, thank you guys for watching. I know this one's a little bit longer than normal with us returning, so I do really appreciate it. And thank you if you've made it this far.